Perceptions of Sikhs.
Sikhs were here well before 1974, of course, when we arrived. And some of the history that we will perhaps mention is in 1846, when Sikhs had a presence in Northampton, even through a public drama that took place at the Northampton Theatre, titled War with the Sikhs. The awareness of Sikhs must have been there for it to be a successful theatre drama performed at the theatre. People of the time will have been aware of the voluntary contribution of Sikhs to happen, maybe the history of the British in India and the role that Sikhs were playing even as a minority in India.
When they came to live in Northampton, trying to find a place to worship, trying to integrate, mix, but still retain what they had. Trying, like Mr. Baines became councillor, Councillor Baines, trying to take those steps that would actually mean people would think, yes, you are a part of us. It was really hard work. If they worked on the buses, they were seen as, oh, they just work on the buses. How disrespectful. What an important job. If they were seen out with their turbans, oh, why are they wearing that? What's that all about? Why can't they just be like us? Why is it they've got to go to special shops? All of that, still trying to find the food that they wanted. And why have they got to go up to Birmingham to get all of that? There was a kind of, and that's across all communities. I think my inroad into meeting this community hopefully was to break that in the Black community, to say, whoa, this is a community, it's just like us, mate. They eat similar food or they want to buy similar things. So the perception in Northampton were of these people wearing turbans, don't quite understand them, bit strange. And their children, I don't know, can they speak English? There seem to be more of them coming. They're going to take over. I can hear some of it. When you'd be out on the street or in one of the particular shops and people I noticed would shift away, often from me, but more so from these people who were quite different in the sense they were probably closer in colour to the white community, but that turban, that wearing of the turban, the ladies walking around in their saris or whatever clothing they may have, it was hard. It was really, really hard. I felt, I became an equalities advisor, and my drive for schools was to make children comfortable in whatever culture they're coming from, whatever colour, so that the fact that this young man went to school, wore his turban, didn't feel out of place, is fabulous. It's a celebration, isn't it? But it had been really, really, really hard work to have got to that point where it was acceptable. It had been a real upward journey, but I salute those elders. I absolutely salute those elders. And the persistence, the calm persistence, yes, the calm persistence, I've got to use that word, that they use to go on a journey that actually then makes them one of the most accepted community in our town and county. They are so respected as a community. Their relationships with whether it's Lord Lieutenant, the High Sheriff, Chief Constable, or Father Oliver Goss in the main town centre church, the radio station, the carnival. The perception now is that they are part of us and have every right to be, and have whatever dress code they want to use, whatever method of communication they want to use. It is now that they're here to stay.
I definitely believe that Sikh community has worked very, very hard to have a positive image in town. The Sikh community engages very well with others and do good work in this town to support not only the Sikh community, but also others. More specifically, if I may mention, that in the last 4 or 5 years, feeding the homeless every Sunday, it's a huge commitment, and it's a great seva, a good deed to help the needy. And how many other organizations without any funding to do this good work are able to do something of that nature. So I think they have the respect from right across the board, from all faiths in this town. And we all know that doesn't come automatically, because how hard we have to work in order to achieve that respect. So they definitely deserve it, and they have a very positive image in this town.
Without a shadow of doubt, I think that people have been so impressed with the level of support within the Northampton communities that Sikhs have provided. It has been astonishing. People talk about the meals that are provided on Abington Street, and as you get to know the work, you realise the phenomenal breadth and range of the work that's actually provided across many different communities. And I would therefore say that the perception is that service is a really key aspect of Sikh faith